Welcome to the Energy Hour. The Energy Hour is brought to you by Quality Home Improvement, Southern California's premier residential and commercial contractor, making homes and businesses energy efficient, one building at a time.
Hello and happy Wednesday. Today is January 10th, 2024. This is the Energy Hour podcast, episode number 68, where I'm here with Steve Lazerson and opportunities in real estate and finance. And today I am blessed with Gina Flores. She is the mobile home expert in doing flips and repairs for mobile homes. She is the lady to talk to. And I am here with Ken Letourneau. He is the tax lien specialist. This is an exciting show, and I can't wait to get started. So let me get this straight. I can go to an auctioneer that's doing these property taxes, right? And you know the best ones, of course. Hello. And I can actually, in a room with a bunch of people, bid on a specific tax lien?
Lien in Arizona would be the lien.
The lien.
And the deed will be in California.
Oh.
Okay, so two different types of auctions will be held there.
Oh,
okay?
my goodness.
And then the last one will be redeemable tax deed, which is like the state of Texas.
What's the best one to get involved with?
Well, people ask me this a lot, and I say, okay, what's your capital? Okay, what is your capital? Because if you're going to be bidding on a deed auction to own the property, you're going to pay a much higher price.
Okay.
Okay.
Give me an example.
So example here, if you're going to do like, say, we're here in if you do like Riverside County.
Okay.
Riverside County is like in May.
Okay.
All right. And you want to buy a property that might be worth, if you fixed it up, maybe $200,000 or $250,000.
Okay.
Okay. You can probably pick it up for about $100,000.
What?
Yeah. You can probably pay, but you're going to have to pay cash.
Okay, that's okay, though.
So you'll pay cash at the auction, and the only little tweak that they have is you don't get a warranty deed. So you're going to get a quitclaim deed or a treasurer's deed.
Kind of an as-is?
Right. You're buying it
Okay.
as is, and so you got to get the right title company who will offer you the title insurance, or you can do the quiet title action.
So that's where we go to Steve
There you
and get
go.
that part fixed up, right, Steve?
Yeah, exactly. So, and that's the key is you try to network with everything. So,
Okay.
So then if you go to Texas is the redeemable tax deed. And so Texas is kind of really bold because if you do buy that deed on the property, okay, you still have to wait either 6 months or 2 years, depending on the type of property that you're going to acquire. Okay?
To take possession.
Well, that's the question. That's a good thing in Texas because Texas will allow you to take possession of the property. They're actually going to allow you to go in there and do some fixing of the properties. A lot of counties will.
Really?
Yeah, and the owners will have to pay you back. Okay,
The repairs as well?
repairs plus
Come on.
25%. Interest
Love
over
it.
there
Oh,
in Texas.
25%?
Yeah.
So you better hold on you better pay your taxes in Texas, right?
They don't play no games.
Okay, I like Texas a lot more now.
Yeah. So every
Wow.
state does it. Every
Okay.
state runs differently. Every state has different interest rates, how the bidding auction works. Okay. And you can say I've been very passionate about giving education. So
Okay.
we're out there. We do social media. We're on TikTok. We're on YouTube. We're on Instagram. We're on, Facebook. We're there. We're giving probably 1 or 2 videos every single day
Wow.
to give education.
That's great, man.
Yeah.
That's great. So you have this tax thing figured out, and there's only 3 types of tax liens and deeds and transfers and everything, what you're talking about. And this is what you specialize in.
Yep. That's
How
all they
long
do.
have you been doing this for?
15 years is in the tax sales, 25 years overall.
15, 20. Wow.
Yeah. So I've been doing, the flipping and, now it's, I like the tax sales because, hey, I'm getting older. I don't want to take the big risk. So I don't mind going there and investing, $100, $200, $500, as a lien. And then if I want to do a deed, I'll still get a great deal.
Gosh, man. $500? You can be rich soon, man. You're talking about making some passive income here.
Yeah.
I talk about that all the time, don't we, Steve?
Yeah.
Passive income. What a great way to do this. So Texas, I'm going to have to look into that. We're going to talk. You and me are going to sit down and kind of shoot the shiz or whatever, and we'll get that in play. Okay.
Yep. Thank you.
Wow, Steve. Hello.
Good information.
Oh,
there,
you
Chris.
kidding me, man? I mean, just think about this. We've been talking about this for a while, and Steve's been telling me, oh, he's coming, and I'm chewing on my fingers going, Steve, when's he coming? And here you are, finally.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
No, thanks for coming, and you're going to help a lot of people. Now, can you mentor this stuff on the side?
Yeah. So if people want some more information, they can go to our event. We have a free event every week at taxsalesevent.com.
You have a website as well?
We have a website. Yeah, we have a.
Of course you do.
Yeah, we have a website. And people have been asking me for years and years. Okay, to please show me how to do this type of business. Okay.
So I'm writing this down.
All right. So if you go to taxsalesevent.com, taxsalesevent.com, okay, it's our free, it's our registration, a landing page, and then you can register. We have the free event every single week, and we'll go over the tax liens, tax deeds, and tax redeemable deeds. We'll show you properties that we purchased in other states. We've got one right now that my contractor is down in Arizona right now. And the house is worth $200,000. We bought it for $5,000. Okay.
$5,000?
$5,000. Yeah. That's it.
In Arizona.
In Arizona. Yeah. We bought a house that, it has a lot of,
was this a gunpoint or just by having the tax lien, right?
Yeah, by tax lien. And then because they did not pay the property taxes, we were able to foreclose on the property.
Oh no. Wow.
Yeah. But it's been empty. It's been empty for a few years, so the neighbors are happy that we're doing something now.
You're going to improve the neighborhood. Little TLC, and here you go. Whoop, back on the market.
Yeah. That's
nice.
correct.
And would you like to sell that outright, or maybe have an LTR, long-term rental, right?
Yeah. Many options you can do.
Oh, my gosh.
Many options. Because you own the property. It's your property. You can rent
$5,000.
it out. $5,000. Yeah.
I like this guy, Steve.
Not bad, huh, Chris?
Not bad. Oh, my God. Where you been all my life? 25 years, it shows.
Yeah. So
the
good thing we like about it is, I always tell people, I said, I like working with the government. Not many people do.
Yeah.
I like working with the government because the government is backing me in the tax sales.
And then you get some tax benefits, I'm assuming.
Well, yeah, you have to pay your capital gains tax.
Okay.
Just like you're flipping properties.
Okay.
Whatever you're basically doing. Okay.
Unless you do it, can you do a 1031 on something like that, Steve? Once you own it?
No.
Oh, you
well,
can't?
no. I mean, once you buy
His
once you
Arizona
own it,
property.
Yeah, as long as it's an investment property.
Wow.
Yes.
And so if he sells it for $500,000, he has to do $500,000 and 1,000, right? On the next house.
Well, it have to be a larger purchase or equal value.
Equal value, yeah. But who cares? You got it for $5,000, man.
Right.
That's better than the lottery. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And I do like it because it's good because when you go there and you're talking to the treasurer, which is where the auctions are held, basically the local tax collector's treasurer, okay?
At their office.
They're either at the office or it could be online or it could be in a stadium. It all depends where they want to decide to have it.
Okay.
But they're very supportive because they know that you are paying the property taxes.
Yeah, you're going to help that community out right now.
Right. You're helping
and clean it up.
Yeah. You're helping the community. And that's very, very important that they really, really do appreciate it a lot.
Good for you. Do a lot of people know about these things?
I put that out. My opinion, 95% of most Americans don't know about it.
We're too busy.
Yeah. But I'll tell you something. Wall Street knows about it.
Oh, of course.
JP Morgan Chase knows about it. Okay. The hedge funds know about it. Okay. But the local guys don't. The average person does not know about this. And so we said, okay, let's start giving some education to people.
Yeah, that's great because now they can unplug, right, for their busy lives. And I literally tell this to people all the time. If you're not 20 and focused on passive income, so when you become an old fart like, I don't know, Steve or me, you're not. You look 50 still, Steve.
Thank you.
It is what it is. Come on. But you know what I'm saying? Because when you're 60, I'm going to be 62, right? I know I look 20. I'm just kidding. But you know what I'm saying, right? You get to actually start putting these things in pockets for your future. And they should be training this in high school, right? I mean, seriously, you don't get a real estate class or a financial, passive income class. You get these other things that really, you got PE. Come on, man. They need to wipe that out. Okay, do some push-ups and then come in and take a real class, right? But they need to be teaching this, and I'm so happy you're putting this on social media. And, you got this website. You got taxsalesevent.com.
Right.
So now you're just spreading it out. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to be a student of yours. Mark my words.
Good. Thank you.
You and I are going to become really good friends. And I know other people that are going to utilize this as well. Because, to buy a house anymore these days, man, you got to be a millionaire.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah, it's very, very expensive. And I do want to thank you because what we did do, too, before we came down here, we did a live TikTok.
Did you really?
We did a live TikTok.
Okay.
And we did some more education for people. And that's what we do. We try to do, a couple lives each day. And then we put a lot of videos out there.
That's
that
great.
gives all education to people.
Well, I'm going to shoot this out in the networks that we have. You go to Google, Amazon, all the places on the planet. So I'll make sure, Steve, you give them the clips and you can distribute that wherever you find necessary.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
Here we are, Ken the Tax Man.
There you go.
All right, here she is in the corner.
Hi.
What's going on, Gina?
Nothing much. I'm excited to be here.
Hello.
Hi.
Now, Steve told me a couple of times she's going to be here. I promise, Chris, I promise. And finally, let me knock on some wood here. We finally got to meet you. Hello, Gina.
Hello there.
OMG, my goodness. Mobile homes?
Yep, that's right.
I never thought of this. Steve, where have I been?
You know what? We're trying to enlighten you to all these different investment vehicles.
This is definitely a secondary investment vehicle. Me and a friend, we do house flipping and stuff like that we talked about earlier. Right. But you're doing this on a different level.
Right.
You're actually... And nobody thinks of mobile homes.
No.
I mean, that's the farthest thing from anybody's, brain waves is mobile homes. But you're taking this and you've created a very successful entrepreneur business.
Well, I think
congratulations.
Thank you. I think what is really exciting about it is that it's more low-hanging fruit. A lot of people don't think about that, and it's just so available to a lot of people. And then also financially, it's more feasible than buying a $500,000 home in California.
Yeah, I just experienced that one.
Yeah.
So yours are relatively cheaper.
Yeah,
than,
for sure. And then for the fix and flips, it's also the same thing. A lot cheaper, and to do a rehab in it, it's a lot cheaper than to do, a stick build.
People don't see these things. They're like, a wolf in sheep's clothing. Here they are. She's out there doing the mobile home sector of this business, and you're being successful at it.
Right. Now, mind you, I used to be a chiropractor for about 10 years. Yes,
come on. My back's hurting right now. Can you hook me up? No, seriously?
Yeah.
A chiropractor. Yeah. OMG.
So I left the office about 5 years ago. It was my own office, and I needed more time, really. I'm a single parent, and I needed to spend more time with my daughter and be able to, be a mom.
Yeah. So you were out fixing people's traffic accident issues
and workers' comp and all that.
Oh, goodness.
Right. That's
wow.
what I did.
Steve.
Yeah.
That's what I did, and then my life just changed. I figured out, I had some people guiding me in the process, but I got a chance.
Was there an epiphany somewhere? All of a sudden, you're sitting at the desk, and you told me you have to do these lengthy reports for attorneys, so you're doing a lot of work.
Right.
You must have spent a lot of time in the office before you went home to see this wonderful person called the child, right?
Yes.
So how many hours a day were you spending in the office?
I would, drop her off at school and come to the office. 8:30, I was at the office. 8:30, I was at the office, and I wouldn't go home until 10, 11, right? Once we closed the office, I had to stay back and
wait a second. That's 14 hours a day.
Yeah. And it was my own business, so I had to be there. I had to make sure everything was taken care of and everything was done. And
the chief and bottle washer here.
Yeah, that's
wow,
right.
you were the jack of all trades.
Yeah.
And then one day you had this epiphany. What did you say to yourself? You're like,
Well, Maz, I started realizing that I could only last so long. And the only reason I was able to handle all that workload was because of my age. But once I became 50, 60, where was I going to be?
Come on, you're still young.
No, but, you start thinking down the line, where is this going to be? I can handle these hours because I'm young. But eventually the energy is going to drain, right?
I think that reality sets in after a while, right, Steve?
That's right.
And here we are. We're actually smarter now than we were when we were younger, if you think about it. Right?
Yeah, I wish I could go back to being 21 again with the knowledge that I have now. Man,
you would just kill it, Steve. You would be the king of the finance world.
Yeah.
So you did all that, and then 14 hours a day, you probably you just started thinking about this, and you finally made the plunge.
Well, I started, it sounds funny, but what I actually did is I went online, just Googled, how do people become wealthy?
Get out of here. Google helped you?
That was it.
Really?
That was it. And I started, just the first thing that pops up is real estate. Okay, so I'm like, that's my next endeavor. I need to look into that.
Okay.
So I signed up for this program that I kind of researched, and that kind of led me into just getting into the real estate, the vocab, just even understanding what in the world I was facing, right? I did that for about maybe 2 years. I still had the office, but I was traveling to go get training and whatnot.
At the same time?
At the same time,
wow.
Yeah, of course. And in that training that I was paying for, they kept saying, make sure you go to your local real estate club. And every city has one. And I didn't listen to that for, the 2 years. Until
we never hear about it until we have to do it, right?
Right. I mean, I just continued doing whatever I was doing. And then one day I was like, oh, yeah, I remember them saying that. So let me Google what's the nearest real estate club near me.
My goodness.
And here I came upon Mixed Lunch. And I showed up.
Yeah.
And
Steve,
he was
were you
there.
You were hanging out?
Yeah, it's my hangout.
I mean, Steve
and he was probably there that same day, probably. He doesn't remember me. I don't remember him. But
you're the king of networking, Steve.
Yeah.
God bless you.
Well, you meet a lot of interesting people. You got to get out there and talk to people and tell them about what you do and find out about them and how you can help each other.
That's the key right there. So you met Steve, you went to this luncheon, and you learned a little bit more. And then when did you finally strip away from the chiropractor business?
I started stripping away when I started making a little bit of money in this. And then I started, and then COVID came.
Oh, of course.
So that stripped me quite.
Another dampener in the industry, right? Oh, wow,
quite faster than I was expecting to be stripped.
Yeah, okay.
So it's like jump or you're going to,
Yeah, here's the edge.
Yeah. You better jump now.
So you got some wings real fast.
Right.
And here you are flapping in the air, and you just got more and more and more. So do you, just like, everybody else that gets into these kind of businesses, do you take advantage of buying these from people, mobile homes? And
you know what? I've been lucky enough where people now know me and they see what I do, and they'll reach out to me and say, my neighbor has got one for sale, or my aunt has one for sale. Can you help? Can you help them? Sometimes they'll hire a real estate agent and try to do it that way, but sometimes. And I understand the commission sometimes is not in there to make a whole lot of money. So.
Sure.
So I don't blame them, but at the same time, it's convenient for me because they'll reach out and do you have a buyer? And usually I have people reaching out that they're interested in buying one in a particular location or a particular park.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
How many properties do you think you've been through?
That's a good question.
More than 25?
Oh, yeah.
More than 50?
Maybe about 50. I would say about 50.
Okay, so for a person that's got their sea legs now, you're banging them out, right? One after another.
Yeah.
Okay, look at that big smile.
I mean,
look at that.
It just becomes easier, right? Like anything else.
Yeah.
You just practice it, and eventually you kind of understand what to do.
It becomes
easier and easier and easier. So... And I love it. I have time to spend with my daughter. I drop her off at school. I pick her up. I'm there for activities.
That was the key thing right there. That was the motivating thing.
That was the goal. That was my why of
your why.
Everything.
I like that. My gosh. I bet she's happier.
I don't know where. I don't know if she's really happy about me being
Mom's around too much now. What the hell? Go do something, Mom. Right.
Right.
But you can also train her in this business.
Yeah, of course. She helps me. She takes
Seriously?
calls. Yeah, of
Oh,
course.
boy, there it
so I'm
is.
driving and she'll pick up the phone, or I'm like, send a message to so-and-so, let them know I'm going to be, she's like the personal assistant.
She's like, hang on a second. You don't need to deal with my mom. What do you need? She's running the business,
Yeah,
right?
yes. No, she helps
That's
quite
crazy.
a bit. Yeah.
How old is she?
16.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
What?
No. Yep.
I wish my parents would have did something like that. The knowledge that we have right now, am I right to say this? Don't you wish that your parents would have taught you this at 16?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You could have just, man, it would have been a dynamo of incredible geniuses by that time.
I mean, learning it at any phase of your life is a wonderful thing, but especially learning it at 16.
You guys can do a TED Talk. I'm not kidding you. About what, all of a sudden life changes. There's an event. You want to look at your why.
Right.
And here you are learning, and all of a sudden you're sitting there, and through the kindness of your hearts, you're starting to give away the knowledge. You're training other people to be super successful like you guys were, right? And again, nobody taught you nothing. Well, Google kind of helped.
It did. Thanks, Google.
Right? I'm not sponsoring them, by the way, but I mean, think about that, right?
Right.
AI is here.
Right.
I have the little Google thing at home, and it has a clock on it, right? All I have to say is, and I have to be very careful with what I say. You have to say okay, and then the G word, the whole word, and then ask it any question. I'm not kidding you. Surgery, foreclosures.
Right.
I mean, everything. I mean, it's Wikipedia in a box.
Right.
How do they do that? It's like my Tesla. I tell Tesla, take me somewhere, over here, and it'll give me choices, and it'll give me the quickest places to charge. AI is here, man. So
Take advantage.
take advantage of all that.
Right.
And you know what? They say in the next 5 to 10 years, Steve, that we might be getting into cars that kind of like take you somewhere and you really don't have to drive.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that part. I want to fly though. But anyways, get your Batman friend. He'll spread his wings and take us somewhere. But that's in serious business.
Yeah.
And you're loving it. You have a lot of freedom now.
I have, well, I mean, it doesn't start off that way. You're there, doing the work, trying to find the people to help you in the process, because I still, like I told you, I don't know how to hammer a nail. So that's not me, but
You're
it's
a
other
good
people.
project manager. You're a
Yes.
manager now.
Yes. And
right?
I think, honestly, the work that I did at the office almost helped me set up delegation.
Of course.
Policies and procedures or whatnot to do with the people that I work with.
So in your line of life, if you will, you had to go through these processes to get to where you really were meant to be.
Right.
I believe in that.
Yeah.
We don't,
preparation.
I was holding a gun when I was in my early 20s saying, stop, freeze, get on the floor, blah, 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 right? Giving tickets and stuff. And one day I kind of said, nah, I want to be an entrepreneur too. And everybody thought I was stupid and crazy and everything else. And, here I am. I got Batman tattoos. I'm an entrepreneur like you guys, but who knew, right? So here you are doing. And now, do you actively buy mobile homes?
I do. Yeah.
Okay.
And I usually have one or two going in the background.
Really? At the same time?
At the same time.
Of course she does.
It's like I said, it's become easier where I just, pick up the phone and I make the purchase, whatever needs to happen. But I'm at home or I'm with my daughter somewhere.
So it's less expensive.
It's less expensive because I get a lot of referrals now. I get some parks that will work with me a lot. And I try to be I'm very responsible. Usually with what I say I'm going to do, I do it and I'll send pictures. And if it's not me doing it, I'll have somebody go out there and do it and make sure that we get pictures, back to management, make sure that, if we were going to take out the weeds are gone. Here's a picture.
Gotcha.
So they like that. They like somebody reliable. They like somebody that is going to, be responsible.
Do what you say you're going to do.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
Imagine
so
that.
with that, with that, I mean, it just opens up our doors to a lot of parks, and they're willing to work with us. They like us because I do find a lot of parks don't like investors, and I can see why, because especially newer investors or people that are not following through with the responsibility.
The rules.
The rules.
Right.
You have to pay sometimes space rent
for
some of these mobile
really?
homes. Yes.
Okay. So there's space rent you got to also.
Yes.
This is for like a long-term rental maybe.
Not necessarily. It's, let's say you buy a mobile home,
Yeah.
and as you're fixing it, you might have to pay the space rent to the park. So you want to always be there, you know, pay it on time, make sure.
Yeah.
And if you're late, pay your late fee, you know, and constantly in communication with the park. You don't want to be late. You want to be on top of it, and they'll trust you and they'll like you, you know,
So you're-
because you're not a burden to them.
Yeah. You're helping out.
Right. You're helping out. They're going to be making money. You're going to help them qualify for a good tenant for their space.
Neighbors are happy.
Everybody's happy.
Wow.
And a mobile home is looking good. It's looking fresh. It's looking good.
You ever get somebody that says, "Hey, can you do that to mine?"
I do. It's hard sometimes with having to, you know, run these projects in the background because I don't have time to go do other individual.
There's only
people.
one you, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you got little me, you.
Yeah.
Now you got
But
to
she's
get.
at school most of the time now. Yeah.
Jeez. However,
It's
take
during
one of
the
those
summer.
proficiency classes and say, "Hurry up, I need you."
Right. No,
Right?
she's wonderful. And I, you know, let her grow
That's
up and
great.
do her own thing.
That's
And
good.
I
Yeah,
like
let her
that.
be
Yeah.
a kid.
Yeah.
But look at mom setting her up for the future.
Yeah.
Hello, what a great mom, huh?
Oh, thanks.
Wow. So you and Ken ever done any business together and stuff like that?
We've met a couple of times at some of the meetings before, but we haven't done anything.
The
yet.
network extravaganzas that Steve
Yes.
belongs to,
Yeah, that's
right?
Yep.
Wow. So congratulations again.
you.
That's not easy. And I actually dabbled in that for like a millisecond and said, "Holy crap, I can't wait to meet Gina."
Oh, thanks. Mom.
Yeah. So you were very sought after mentally, spiritually. So now you're here. Yay.
Yes, I'm here.
You have my card too, right?
I
So
do,
we're going to do a
yes.
lot of things.
Yes.
And God bless you for doing what you're doing. You're helping everybody out.
Yeah, it's a win-win for everybody.
I like
honestly.
it.
It's
Just like
win-win.
Ken here, you buying these tax liens, you're helping out the government, the county, the city, you're cleaning stuff up, and then you're making a profit out of it. You turn it into a business. This is your full-time job too, right?
Yeah, it's my full-time job.
So you don't actually, there's no secondary slice of pie doing this and that like me.
No.
That's because he's very proficient, Steve.
Yes, he is.
I love these things. So, Steve, what's going on in your neck of the woods? What's happening?
You know, I'm a lender. We do everything from conventional loans, first-time buyer loans with as little as $0 down. We'll do commercial. We do SBA. We do reverse mortgages for seniors. We do, a lot of private money where people may not qualify for a traditional bank loan.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay, so you're customizing loans for people.
Yeah, that's right. Because not every loan, fits every individual. So
It's unique.
It is.
Ah.
I mean, we do some land, some mobile homes on land, not in parks, but on land, and some construction. So we try and offer people enough different types of product that will find a way to fix them. And, we get bank turndowns, right now, a lot of the banks,
The
they're
requirements are a lot higher.
yeah, they are, and a lot
Interest
of banks.
rates are still low.
They're still high, and so if it's a bank turn down, we can offer them an opportunity in a different way to say, yes, we can finance your property. We'll do fix and flips. We recently did buy and hold for an investor that the house was unfinished, and we still they owned it free and clear. We gave them cash out, and we had to even give an exclusion to the title company because of the condition of the house where it had been worked on but not completed.
Oh,
We would take care of any mechanics liens on the property. So since we're using our own funds, we can kind of call the shots, and we don't sell any loans to anybody as far as the private ones are. So we can kind of make our own rules. Now with the institutional loans, it's a little different. We'll sell those in the secondary market through the company I work for, Peak Finance. and we have a great product mix. We do stated income loans, no doc loans. We do bank statement loans where people can qualify with 12 months bank statements. We can even do what's called DSCR loans, where if it's a rental property, we just use the rent or potential rent of the property to qualify the person, as long as they have good credit and they have reserves. So there are some great products out there. We try and take full advantage of them. And if you need more information, just go to our website at financialbrokers.net. That's financialbrokers, which is plural, .net. And you can find out all the products that we offer. Check out all our disclosures and our licensing. And my contact information is all there. If you
Just sitting there waiting for you.
Yeah, to reach out to me. And,
nice.
And sometimes we'll just, I'll be an educator like, Ken here. They might just need some help, a direction, and what to do. And, we'll offer that free of charge for them.
The Heinz 57 of the financial world.
There you
Steve
go.
Lazerson.
Thank you.
I love it, man. And Ken, oh my God. We're going to have some in-depth conversations because I seriously want to get involved in the tax lien business. That's good.
Thank you very much.
So, you're going to have a new buddy.
Yeah, that'd be great if you could be one of my followers.
What do you have, 100,000 followers right now?
Man.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, we do. So
Who are you?
We're asking for more people to join us, please.
Okay, and of course, I'm going to spread this out through my networks and stuff like that. So people are going to see this. Steve's going to share this on his podcast, like I'm going to share it. And then, anything that we can do to help as a network. That's what this really is all about, right, Steve?
That's right.
It's not just about me, you, or anybody else. We can't do this all ourselves. We got to have collaboration in everything that we do. So the tax liens are very, very specific in what you do, and it's not simple. You got to learn the right things to do. It's not like putting it in drive and here we go. No, you got to really focus. And I'm going to be hanging out with you. You like the beach by chance?
I do like the beach.
I got a huge kite. I'll go flying. We'll have some lunch on the beach somewhere, right?
Okay.
We'll do that. And Gina, look at you, man. Woo.
Yeah.
Little Gina's in training.
Yep.
We got mom out there going from a chiropractic business. Do you still do that on the side?
I don't.
I got my shoulders kind of, maybe you can figure that out for me. But no, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
You took a real serious profession and you had all your attorneys lined up and everything else.
Right.
And you kind of went a different way.
Right.
Who knew?
I know.
Right?
Yeah.
You had no idea.
No idea. I traded my SUV for a truck.
She's the contractor kind with the rack on top. She's got spray cans and everything else. And I can't thank you guys enough for hanging out, because this business that we're all in now, Steve. Steve knows me as an entrepreneur and stuff, and I'm a general contractor, and we deal in solar, roofing, and all the other junk that needs to go in these houses, especially for retrofits and new houses. But if you look at it, it's all a part of the giant collaboration that we're all in. Right. We all need each other, right?
Right.
So mobile homes, you know where I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm going nowhere else.
Yeah.
Tax liens, Ken's on the speed dial now. Going to be hooking this guy. And hopefully I'll get you some followers, right?
Yeah. I'm in.
Yeah,
Ken. I'll
sign,
be your follower.
Sign me up. We're here we go. Subscribe, right? And then Steve, this guy, he's so calm about stuff. What got it? Steve.
Well, you have to be, because we deal in a world where loans can be very complex, and if you're dealing with a realtor or you're dealing with the homeowner, especially if they've been somewhere else to try and get a loan and they come to you, they're already, a little bit frustrated, maybe upset.
Beat up, maybe.
And, if you show them that you're upset too, then it's not going to work out well. So you got to maintain that calm demeanor, and just say, hey, let's look at this, in a certain way. And I like to say that if you just, give me an opportunity to look at it, I'll try and give you a solid answer within 24 hours.
I love it.
And, that way they feel, it's a calming effect, calm them down. And like Gina says, you got to deliver what you promise. Don't, try and, under promise, and under deliver. I mean, if you tell people something, I learned that a long time ago. Whatever it is, if you say you're going to do something today, make sure it's done today. Even if you're on your computer at 11:30 at night sending in an email, if not, don't promise that it'll get done today. Say, well, I'll get it to you within 48 hours. But whatever it is, make sure to deliver on time.
How many times have we heard that, right?
Right.
Literally, there is more of that junk flying around. And I like Steve's principles because I'm not kidding you. You tell him within 5 minutes, and on the 4th minute and 50-second, it's done. I'm not kidding you. This guy is like there.
He's awesome.
You're passive, and you don't have to be aggressive. And, the business is going to come to you because you're Steve Lazerson.
Well,
you're the kind guy.
You'll get referrals. I mean, for all of us, whatever we're doing, if we do things right and we try and help people, we try and educate people, not taking advantage of people. I deal with a lot of seniors, so you have to be very, very fair with the senior. You have to sit down, explain things, and a lot of them don't even have computers. So if they live far away, a lot of times they want to see you in person. They want to see you right there, know you're real. They don't want just a fax or, an email, because that's not who they are. So, you have to be compelled to, help them in a way that they see fit. And if not, you shouldn't take on that battle.
I like that.
Yes.
Good wisdom.
Yep.
What a way to compose yourself, Steve.
Yeah.
Always a gentleman and a scholar, right?
Yes.
Steve Lazerson, Opportunities in Real Estate and Finance. You can find him on the Energy Hour podcast or on his own podcast, QHIinc.com/TEO. And Ken, how do we get a hold of you on this World Wide Web? You said one of the ways was the tax sales with an S event.com. And how else do we get a hold of you? You have a telephone number? Do you want to put it out there?
Yeah, sure. You can call me at 310-418-5495.
You are the mentor of the tax sales.
Thank you, sir.
I love it, man. Get ready to rub some elbows.
All right.
You and me are going to be best friends.
All right. Thank you, sir.
You like tea?
I like tea, hot tea, yeah.
Okay, here we go. And Gina, hello.
Yes.
How do we get a hold of you? Somebody has they want to get rid of a, mobile home. They want you to maybe kind of give one of your contractors to give it a spruce up, or they want to sell a property. I mean, how do they get a hold of you?
They can call me.
What's your number?
It's 323-359-1360.
Do you have a website?
No, I don't.
Oh, well, let's get little Gina to do that one, okay? That's
sure
cool,
she-
right?
yeah,
Come on, these millennials are crazy
yeah,
with this stuff.
yeah.
She'll be doing many things. So you can help anybody out in the mobile home industry.
Right.
Wow.
Whatever you need, I think I've got now enough experience where I know exactly what to do. And
She says it with
figure out.
determination. Look at her face there, Steve.
Yeah.
That's great. Of course. Great. Well, thank you for doing what you're doing. Thank you for finally hanging out.
Yes.
And now I'm going to learn a lot from you too.
Yes.
I can't wait to do some business.
For sure.
Ken, we're going to talk, man. Steve, you're a gentleman and a scholar.
Thank you, Chris.
Anything you want to close out with?
I'm just so happy that we had our guests here today.
Finally.
Yep, and better late than never. And you could see all the wealth of information.
Oh my goodness!
They can provide, and it's
insane.
Yeah, it's really amazing. So I'm just happy that I'm able to do this podcast with you and bring it to the public, and hopefully people will learn something from it, and that's what it's all about.
You're a blessing, Steve. Hey, what about that group in Riverside?
Yeah, you're welcome to come anytime. We're meeting today at noon. We also have another meeting today at 6.
Wow.
The noon one, it's kind of like an auction of property, notes,
What?
people looking for money, RVs, cars.
Oh, my goodness.
Timeshares. I mean, I've sold a week at my timeshare at the site. I've sold vacant land that, I owned on the site. So
how do people, is there a website for that one too?
there is, but the best thing would be so you can come for free one time is to get a hold of me through my website, financialbrokers.net. And then I will give you a free invite to one of the meetings. And then after that, you would have to join if you like the group.
Why not join? Hello.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a plethora of knowledge.
You'll make your money back right away. I've taken people there and they didn't know anything about flipping or any of that. And they did their first deal and made over $250,000.
Get out of here.
So that'll pay for their
lifetime
entrance fees for the rest of their life. Yeah, and I had to twist their arm to get them to go to get them to do their first deal, because people are afraid and, how am I going to do this and where do I get the money? I say, just come to the meeting and talk to some of the people that I can introduce you to. And, if you don't like it, there's no obligation. You can walk out. Nobody's going to sell you anything.
I mean, who doesn't like making money?
Yeah. So
isn't that the root of all evil today?
But if you like what you see, you want to join.
Get involved, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't get anything out of it. It's just I want people to get educated and the opportunity to make money, because if other people are making money, it's going to probably eventually flow back to you, because goods and services have to go through several people. So, we may get a loan out of it, or I may give a referral to a realtor, to list a property. So it can just go in many different directions.
Well, again, everybody, Happy New Year's to you, Gina, Ken, Steve. Thanks for coming. Our first show of 2024. I really appreciate you. This is episode number 68. Everybody, thanks again. And thank you for listening to the Energy Hour podcast.
Thank you for listening to The Energy Hour. Visit them on the internet by going to qhiinc.com/TEO. That's qhiinc.com/TEO.
Solaria. Beauty, efficiency, and power. For nearly 20 years, Solaria has set the pace for solar panel performance, efficiency, reliability, quality, and design. Solaria continues to leverage its patented technology, engineering expertise, and sophisticated automation into creating one of the most attractive, energy-efficient solar panels available on the market today. Redefining home solar. Solaria's high-output solar panels deliver maximum energy production in a streamlined, all-black design that complements your home's architectural style with more than 20% more energy per square meter than traditional solar panels. Solaria's advanced Power XT panels pack maximum power into minimum space for industrial leading efficiency. Enjoy clean, reliable power day in and day out, backed by our 25-year warranty. Solaria is the new benchmark for solar energy. Quality you can trust for your home and business. For more information, go to qhiinc.com/Solaria.
This podcast is brought to you by Aliva Digital Marketing, lead generation and SEO for local businesses. Increase your web presence with their results in advanced strategy including a video website audit and analysis for free. Listeners of this podcast can get 75% off Aliva's fees. But hurry, only the first 5 businesses that inquire can get this deal. Aliva Digital Marketing, a proud sponsor of this podcast, online at alivadigital.com.